Fiona, we're almost set up. We're working on it. We're working hard to get set up here because getting set up is good. Hey, Eva? Eva. Well, I don't know if you're still here, but welcome if you are. Okay, let's just get everything. Okay, we're almost there. We are so close to being set up. We just got one more thing to do and then we'll be set up. It says a setup. This is taking too long. Okay. Okay, live. Okay, so I think we are pretty much more or less ready to go. Let's see. Wait, we got to get this. We got to get that out of the way. We're just now aligning windows. Okay, we are now just putting things where they belong so I can see them. I got to be able to see the chat. The chat. Okay. Oh, Dan, how are you? Okay, let's see. Okay, I think that's it. We've done everything. We've done all the housekeeping. And Sagi and Eva, how are you tonight? I'm Seth Hilary. I'm here to share some original song with you. I hope you'll stick around. Trish. John. I'm Seth Hilary. I am here doing original songs. We're just getting started. Mary, how are you tonight? It's so good to see you here at my live, which is just starting, and thank you for liking the live. Adrian, how are you? Suzanne, welcome. Rui? Hey, how are you? I don't know how to pronounce your name, but well, I'll listen to it. Not now, because I'm here. I just started my live where I'm going to play some original songs for you, and I hope you will stick around and enjoy them. And if you are, so Tuntan is asking, is that a cover request? So people are asking me for these cover songs. I'm a songwriter. I'm here to share original songs that you will not find anywhere else. So if you want to hear some new songs what I just said, if you want to hear that, if you want to hear new music, discover new music, you are in the right place. If you want to hear Riptide and Tango, then maybe go to the Spotify channels of those artists, right, Kelsey? Thank you for being here. I am going to start off. Okay, you know what? I don't do this song early enough. Hey, Gabriel, how are you? And Delgana and Delmis. And Jessica, how are you? And Tyler. And Happy One is here. So I don't do this song nearly enough. You know, I'm going to start off with the world's saddest country song. And break out the tissues, the Kleenex, whatever you call it. You will not be able to make it through this one without breaking down in tears. And it goes like this. If love had a butt, I'd kick it, or treat me this away. I'd tell it just where to stick it, for sticking me with all this pain. I'd settle this face to face with that heartbreaking son of a you-know-what. I'd kick it if love had a butt. I guess love had a good laugh, but I wasn't joking. I bought the ring, the dream, the whole 9 yards. I had it so bad, left myself wide open. Took a big old sucker punch and went down hard. If love had a butt, I'd kick it for treating me this away. I'd tell it just where to stick it for sticking me with all this pain. I'd settle this face to face with that heartbreaking son of a you-know-what. I'd kick it if love had a butt. Well, I'd go all Chuck Norris on that sorry sack of spit. Teach old love to think about who it's messing with. If it for treating me this way. I'd tell her just where to stick it for sticking me with all this pain. I'd settle this face to face with that heartbreaking son of a you-know-what. I'd kick it if love had a butt. Yeah, I'd kick it if love had a butt. Thank you, Tuntan and Nikolai and Polis. Thank you so much. And let's see. Michaela, how are you? And Ali, thank you. Oh, I'm so glad you are listening from Brazil. It's so great to have people from all around the world here. Thank you, George. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for the nice comments. I wish I could pin them. I can't pin them over there. But if people who are on the vertical platforms, that are, on the mobile phone platforms, if you make comments and say something nice, I can pin your comment. Namely, the platform whose name sounds like a clock. Oh, you know what? My mic is too low. It's down. It's not high enough up. It keeps sagging. This mic stand. Let's see if I can adjust this mic a little bit. Let's see if I can get this mic to stay up here. The mic stand is just not. Well, now it's okay. But it keeps collapsing on me. It's one of these things that. Aileen, how are you? Michael and Godzilla, how are you? And Isaac and Carter, how are you? So I'm Seth Hilary. I am just getting started. I am doing original songs for you. That was the world's saddest country song. You know what? I should do my new single, which is also a sad song, but this is actually I think of it as a hopeful song. It's sad and hopeful. You can think of it as a breakup song, or you can think of it as a healing song, and it's really both. So, I like to write about moving through tough times and moving forward. So that's what this song's about. A user in the Philippines. Awesome, Karen. The waves of missing her keep rolling in. Her empty side of bed staring me down. I try to dry my eyes, but they fill up again. So I give in and let it all pour out. Thank you, Evie. With every tear that falls, there goes one more drop of pain from deep inside the vault of a heart that loves in vain. I love you too, but I'm feeling hints of healing. Though each trickle might be small, I'm gaining strength with every tear that falls. At first, I hit the bottle, but that didn't work. A rebound romance couldn't turn the tide. The one way to get through is just to feel the hurt. And bit by bit, I'm leaving her behind. Thank you so much, Aileen. With every tear that falls, there goes one more drop of pain from deep inside the vault of a heart that loves in vain. But I'm feeling hints of healing, though each trickle might be small. I'm gaining strength with every tear that falls. At least I've begun to learn I'm tough enough to be a little weak, to soften up with every tear that falls. There goes one more drop of pain from deep inside the vault of a heart that loves in vain. But I'm feeling hints of healing, though each trickle might be small. I'm gaining strength with every tear that falls. Izzy, thank you for liking the live. Thank you so much. And user, how are you tonight? And no, I'm not Max Headroom. I'm Seth Hilary. I'm here sharing original songs. But if you want to think I'm Max Headroom. So Karen, I'm here sharing. I'm a songwriter. I'm doing original songs for you. I hope you'll stick around and enjoy. These are songs that I wrote. Yours truly. These are songs you won't find anywhere else. Although that's not technically true, because in real life, I've had a lot of songs recorded by, artists that you probably haven't heard of. I've had a lot of independent artists record my songs, like dozens of artists. Even some that are, that are moderately famous, I guess. Like there was an Austrian country band called Rhythm for Boots that recorded one of my songs. The song was called Oh My Badness. And that song helped that album be named as the Country Album of the Year in their home country. So I guess I'm not total, if you've heard Austrian country music, you would have heard my song. I had a song recorded by a German band that actually made it to #1 on the DJ charts, download charts, and #2 in like Latin America, all over. So it's possible you've heard some of my songs actually, but I'm not doing any of these. Oh, thank you, Karen. So but I'm not doing any of those songs because those songs that the two I mentioned were written for a female vocalist. And when I used to do songwriters nights, I was going to Nashville, and I actually hosted a songwriter night of my own in Los Angeles. And when you're doing those, you can do songs, like if you're a male singer, you can do songs written for a female because you're a songwriter and you're showing off your songwriting. But now that I'm doing my own songs, I'm an artist. So, when you're an artist, you kind of have to do songs that are like representative of you. Really, you don't have to. I mean, I could do these songs written for female. It would just feel odd to do that. And I had a song in a movie starring Patrick Swayze. The movie was called Letters from a Killer. It was actually his final movie before he died. And that was another song. It was called Daddy Tried. And it was written with a female band, for a female singer. And they actually were on stage in the movie performing the song. But if you look at the closing credits, the song is listed with the wrong name on it. And they have my name listed next to another song that I didn't write. So that's kind of funny. I also had a song in a movie called Broke Sky. Actually, the credits list 2 songs, but one of them apparently got cut at the last minute. But the one that's actually in the movie is another one that's a female singer. Although I wonder if I guess that song could make it as does that really have to be sung by I have to think about that, whether that song really has to be sung by a female or not. Maybe I could learn that song and play it. Thank you, Karen. Woof back to you too, Cameron. So what should I do next? Maybe I should do my upcoming single? Or should I wait for that one? I'm going to do a true story. This song is dedicated to my wife. And it's a celebration. We met under unlikely circumstances, each being literally thousands of miles from our respective homes. And I guess like any relationship, we've gone through some tough times, but this is more than 30 years later, we're still together. So I wrote this song. Hey Millie, even though we came from such different worlds, at that one single time and place on earth, there we were. Now somehow, when so many years have flown, look around at this place that we call home. Here we are, day after day after day, page after calendar page. Nothing could stand in our way. We're joined at the heart. We could have drifted apart anywhere under the stars. both could be. Here we are. Through those times when it all seemed way too much, and it felt like both of us had enough. Still, here we are. Cry or laugh at the things we did back then. Still, it all comes down to this in the end. Here we are. Day after day after day, page after calendar page. Nothing can stand in our way. We're joined at the heart. We could have drifted apart anywhere under the stars, but of all places we both could be, here we are. Day after day after day, page after calendar page. Nothing could stand in our way. We're joined at the heart. We could have drifted apart anywhere under the stars, but of all places we both could be, here we are. Here we are. Of all places we both could be, here we are. Oh, thank you, Hals, for liking the live. I really appreciate you. You know what? I gotta move this over here because, not all the messages show up in the chat box for some reason. So I'm Seth Hilary. I am here playing original songs for you. And if you like these songs and you're enjoying my live, please do as Hals is doing and like the live, and also please share. Leave comments if you say something nice to me, if I can possibly do it. And thank you, Chloe, for liking the live, and Sunsets for liking the live. Thank you so much. And you leave comments if I can say something nice. And thank you, Evie, for sharing the live. I know sometimes people have a hard time leaving comments. I don't know. I've been trying to get this fixed. I don't know if it's really a problem with the platform or whatever it is. Oh, Kip from Argentina. Hi, how are you? So, I'm a songwriter. I'm doing original songs for you. So these are songs you will not hear anywhere else. So if you want to find new music, new songs, you're in the right place. Stick around, and I hope you will enjoy these songs that I wrote. The one exception is I can sometimes be talked into doing a Grateful Dead song because I'm a big Deadhead, and that's just a part of my life. Also, if you can see my live goal, it's 2 hand hearts. And if you want to support me, that's one awesome way to do that. And any support is totally appreciated. Okay, so what should we do next? Let's see. Something happy, something sad. We just did something happy. We did something sad. We can do like something angry. Well, Kit, my favorite changes from moment to moment. You know what? I'm going to do a song that's dedicated to you. This song is, if you are listening to this song is for you. I wrote this for you. Well, I don't know what else to say about it except to play it. And you'll see what I mean. The hours lost inside my head, trying to make things rhyme, and matching chords with melodies. It's always well spent time. I do this both for me and you, dreaming it will turn into music to your ears, a smile on your face, a stirring of your heart, or a comfort when it breaks. I hope the things I sing about are things you want to hear. And all the songs I'm sending out are music to your ears. The work I do alone at home grows to be much more when I'm behind the microphone, and my world becomes yours. So thanks for being here with me and giving me a chance to be music to your ears, a smile on your face, a stirring of your heart, or a comfort when it breaks. I hope the things I sing about are things you want to hear, and all the songs I'm sending out are music to your ears. I hope the things I sing about are things you want to hear, and all the songs I'm sending out are music to your ears. Music to your ears. Music to your ears. Now my windows are all misaligned again, so we've got to align them. Thank you, Sophie, for liking the live, and user, thank you for liking the live. How are you tonight? And Cristobal, how are you? And Scarlet Dog is here. Welcome. Oh, now my window. Wait a second. I thought I had my windows all aligned, but they weren't. Oh, thank you, Kip. Well, that song, actually, the style of that song, I kind of... Oh, wait a second. Oh, Sophie, thank you for the heart me, and thank you for you're awesome because you are awesome. And thank you, love you so much, times 3, and awesome times 5. I love you so much, and you are also awesome times 5. Thank you so much, everybody. And if you're enjoying my live, don't forget to, do all the things that you do when you like something, including hitting the follow button or subscribe or whatever it's called, or you are. And if you can see the live goal, which is 2 hand heartses. It's so weird because there's a hand heart and a hand hearts. And, the platform chose the goal for me. I just, it gives me a suggestion and I just say, okay. So that's what it picked. I don't know why. There's a hand heart and a hand heartses. But the live goal is 2 hand heartses. But anything you want to send along as support is totally, totally appreciated and optional. And I just want you to be here and enjoy. And if you're enjoying, then I'm happy. And you're happy. And we're all happy. Nikolai, how are you? Because enjoyment is key, but actually I have a few songs that some people may not enjoy, but because they're political in nature. I'm going to do a political song. So a lot of my political songs are on a certain side. They take a certain position. But I got this one that was written to appeal or to not appeal. To not offend either side. This is like a song that's dedicated to everyone out there. And I've been writing a lot of songs about this whole misinformation thing out there. But, this one, like, everybody hears different things that contradict each other. But the one thing is true. It seems like everybody is absolutely sure they're right and the other person's wrong. Any political debate. I'm right, you're wrong. You're brainwashed. I know you're brainwashed. So I wrote this song. They said it, you heard it on cable news. You read it somewhere in a social media post. You saw it recorded in a YouTube video, repeated again by your favorite podcast host. The way I heard the story is much different. I wonder, since we both have strong opinions, how do we know we're right? How do we know what's true? How do we know who's shooting straight, who's lying to who? How do we know what's real? How do we know what's fake? How do we know who's fooling us when so much is at stake? Have we both made certain to verify the facts and really looked into how credible is the source? And have we considered profits from the hate and division of the information war? Anyone can fall for the deception. I'm asking you and me the same questions. How do we know we're right? How do we know what's true? How do we know who's shooting straight and who's lying to who? How do we know what's real? How do we know what's fake? How do we know who's using us when so much is at stake? How often do we listen to the other side? If evidence were given, would we change our minds? How do we know we're right? How do we know what's true? How do we know who's shooting straight, who's lying to who? How do we know what's real? How do we know what's fake? How do we know who we can trust when so much is at stake? How do we know who we can trust when so much is at stake? So much is at stake. So much is at stake. Okay. So, every time I do that song, I always feel like it leads into this other song. Because there's a line. No way, I gotta get my windows straight again. My windows are misaligned. I can't see the chat box. Dana shows up to say goodbye. I don't know. She does this a lot, or he. I guess Dana could be a he. Dana comes to these lives. I don't know how long they stay, but maybe they just pop in for 1 second and then just type the same exact bye. So I don't understand the point of that. So anyway, well, I guess D-Mania is going to have to unsubscribe because I don't even know that song. And I'm a songwriter. I do original songs. So if you want to hear, A Country Boy by Aaron Lewis, maybe the thing to do would be to go to Aaron Lewis's Spotify page and listen to it. But these are songs you won't find anywhere else. So anyway, so I got this. So there's a line in that song that says, have we considered who profits from the hate and division of the information war? And it turns out I have a whole nother song that answers that question. So, these two songs kind of go together. So why don't I just do that one? Turn on the news, there's endless raging and whining about rumors, elites, and radical thugs coming after us. Somebody's trying real hard to keep us divided as the haters keep searching for things to make sound scandalous. It's easy to get swept up in this culture war till you see who the outrage machine is really working for. There's a trail to the boss's door. Follow, follow, follow the money. Who gives and gets what? Gotta watch the flow of the funding. Down, down. Back up the fat cats and their flunkies are also power hungry. Who pulls the levers as ever? Follow the money. Owners of private jets get richer and richer, while the fountain of fear's favorite party cuts their taxes. Their 5-minute robes made it legal to bribe politicians, 'cause that's really all a super PAC is. It's pay to play like their corporate donors want it. to their profits. Follow the money. Who gives and gets what? Gotta watch the flow of the funding. Top down and back up. The fat cats and their flunkies are also power hungry. Who pulls the levers as ever? Follow the money. They know voters would kick them to the curb if we were watching what they do. So they get us mad and they keep us scared, 'cause they sure don't want us to follow the money. Who gives and gets what? Gotta watch the flow of the funding. Top down and back up. The fat cats and their flunkies are also power hungry. Who pulls the levers as ever? Follow the money. Who pulls the levers? Go get her. Follow the money. So, one little songwriting thing about that song that I would like to mention. So I was really proud of myself for rhyming a broken heart for Ray. Oh, I have a lot of songs for broken hearts, actually. My latest single is a song for healing a broken heart. I played that one already, so maybe I should do a different one. But let me just say about that song, I was really proud of myself because I rhymed taxes with "that's all a super PAC is." And then I realized that a lot of people don't even know what a super PAC actually is, what that means. It's PAC. PAC is an acronym. Stands for Political Action Committee. And I don't know if you all heard of the Citizens United Supreme Court ruling from 2010, but that allowed unlimited donations to political campaigns. It just blew the lid off any campaign finance regulations. So they create these organizations called super PACs, and they collect money from billionaires and corporations, and they buy politicians. So that's what that is. And I should mention that one of the parties has tried to propose a constitutional amendment to overturn that, but the other party wants to keep it exactly the way it is. So a song for a broken heart. Okay, I got one. I haven't played this one in a while. I like playing songs that I haven't played in a while. So, all right. This one is what I call sad in the most positive way possible. And you'll know what I mean, hopefully, after you hear it. We've both been busy these days, haven't had much to say. Neither one of us seems to mind it that way. We don't go out anymore, we never touch anymore. We both seem to have one foot out the door. We were in love, but now it's time. You go your way and I'll go mine. Let's make this a goodbye with affection. There's no regret, no bad intentions, no drama, no deception. Just two people headed in opposite directions. No way to work it all out, nothing to argue about. We both want different things, there's just no common ground. We know we had a good run, we just ran out of sun. I'm always going to smile when I look back on us. We were in love, but now it's time. You go your way and I'll go mine. Let's make this a goodbye with affection. There's no no regret, no bad intentions, no drama, no deception. Just two people headed in opposite directions. I am who I am. You are who you are. It's nobody's fault. We just grew apart. We were in love, but now it's time. You go your way and I'll go mine. Let's make this a goodbye with affection. I missed a chord. I missed a lot of chords. There's no regret, no bad intentions, no drama, no deception. Just two people headed in opposite directions. They're just two people headed in opposite directions. Opposite directions. Opposite directions. So people are commenting in Spanish. I wish I could understand those comments, but I can't. But I'm glad there are people from around the world watching my live. So thank you. Welcome from Brazil and the other countries. Low battery. Oh, man. Good night, Kip. Mehmet, I don't know what you're saying because I don't understand the language you are posting in. That actually doesn't even look like Spanish. That looks like, I don't know. I could copy that into Google Translate and find out what it is. But those just joining, like Yusuf and Faith, how are you? I'm Seth Hilary. I'm here sharing original songs with you tonight. Hannah, how are you? I hope you are in the mood for some original songs because that's what I'm performing tonight. As always, because I am a songwriter, I spent decades just writing songs and not performing them except at songwriter nights. But then I decided to start releasing my own album. Well, that's a pretty bizarre thing to say there, Troy. If there were only some way, I would win money on that bet. But I don't feel like, sending you a picture or anything. So who wanted the heartbreak song? That was Kip, wasn't it? Oh, because I had another heartbreak song I wanted to do, but I probably shouldn't do two heartbreak songs in a row, should I? I guess I could. There's no rule not to, right? Oh, wait, and actually I had the capo on there. I gotta remember how this goes. Oh, sure, why not? Why not do two Broken Heart songs in a row? Because I like this song and I haven't played it in a while. Watch my whole world blow up in my face. The moment that you turned and walked away, I begged you to stay. I said I'd never make it if you go, and the dark feels way too heavy to hold, but I know I can live without you. Just wait and see. I'll show you what I'm made of. I'm stronger than you think. I'm gonna come out swinging, so bring on the misery. I can live without you, even if it kills me. I can do this thing sober, or I can do it stone cold drunk. Drown myself in tears, or just suck it up. Show that I'm tough. Go and work myself to death, or do nothing at all till there's nothing left. No sweat. I can live without you. Just wait and see. I'll show you what I'm made of. I'm stronger than you think. I'm gonna come out singing, so bring on the misery. I can live without you, even if it kills me. I wish you the best. I hope you find what you're looking for. Right now it's hard to believe I don't need you anymore. I can live without you. Just wait and see. I'll show you what I'm made of. I'm stronger than you think. I'm gonna come out swinging, so bring on the misery. I can live without you, even if it kills me. I can live without you, even if it kills me. Hey, thank you, Mehmet. Thank you so much. And thank you, Hot Dog Harley. How are you? And from Ukraine. Oh, hey, how are you? I stand with Ukraine. And I'm so glad we have people from all over the world here tonight. And thank you, those of you. For Jane, thank you for liking the live. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. So I'm Seth Hilary. I'm here doing original songs for you tonight. Original songs that you will not find anywhere else. So if you want to hear new songs and discover new songs, you're in the right place. And if you just want to hang out, because sometimes I just hang out and say goofy stuff. Actually, I kind of have to limit the number of songs I do in my lives. Because, oh, thank you so much, Mehmet. So are you. Because I have, unfortunately, I have long COVID, which manifests as chronic fatigue. And thank you, Jane, for sharing the live. I really appreciate you so much. I actually have a song about this long COVID situation. And actually, now there is a ray of hope for me. I don't know if I've been accepted yet. I actually have a meeting on Thursday, a Zoom meeting. But I have applied for a clinical trial to study a treatment for this chronic fatigue. It remains to be seen if I'll be accepted and whether it's practical for me to join this clinical trial. And if I do join the clinical trial, there's a 50-50 chance I'll actually get the treatment versus a placebo. But we can always hope, right? Hope springs eternal. Hey, Nadia, how are you? Monster is here and Jose is here. So I'm Seth Hilary. I am performing original songs for you. If you're enjoying my live, please don't forget to, do all the things you do when you enjoy a live, including if you can see the live goal and you want to support me, that would be totally awesome. The goal is 2 heart me's, or 2 hand hearts. 2 hand heartses, I guess you'd say. And also send a heart me, because then you become a member of the fan club. And you get stickers and badges and things like that, and we'll become a little community, and we can actually climb up the leaderboard. So if you send a heart me, that'd be totally awesome. It's only 1 coin. Oh, and by the way, I've been told that I should inform you that if you do want to recharge your coins, it's better to do it on the website than on the app. You get 25% off on recharging your coins through the website compared to if you do it on the app. So I do this Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. I should be repeating this throughout the live, and I keep forgetting. My normal time is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays from 9 to 10 New York time. I think this Thursday, though, I have a conflict, so I can't go live at 9 on Thursday. So I may try to, do one later in the afternoon. But, Thursday is the day I have my Zoom meeting. I mentioned this clinical trial I'm trying to join. So I have this Zoom meeting on Thursday at 3 o'clock to determine whether or not I can be part of this clinical trial to treat my long COVID symptoms. That would be totally awesome if I'm in the trial and it works and I get the medication rather than the placebo. But it all remains to be seen. Oh my God, the Antichrist is coming. Oh my God. Well, I have a song about forgiveness, although it has nothing to do with the Antichrist, but I'm going to play it because you mentioned forgiveness. This is a mental health song, actually. I don't even have the words and chords written down for this one because I don't know. I played it enough times. This song is near and dear to my heart. You called me stupid. You called me lazy. You called me selfish. You betrayed me. Now every day I carry round the pain, but it hurts me more to hold on to the blame. I forgive you. I really have to. I'm tired of going through hell. I forgive you. Now all I have to do is learn to forgive myself. Can't shake this feeling. I should be perfect. I can be brilliant, or else be worthless. It always feels like I did something wrong, but I've been way too angry far too long. I forgive you. I really have to. I'm tired of going through hell. I forgive you. Now all I have to do is learn to forgive myself. I really have to. I'm tired of going through hell. I forgive you. Now all I have to do is learn to forgive myself. I forgive you. Now all I have to do is learn to forgive myself. Thank you so much, Rachel, for the pumpkin. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for the love. Play a song by Extension. I don't even know who they are. I've never heard of them, but I'm here sharing original songs with you because I am a songwriter. I've been writing songs for a long, long time. You know, my dream was to have a hit song on the radio, and I spent decades actually pursuing that dream. I can't say I came close to having a hit song on the radio, but I came really close to having like success in the business with major label artists and big publishing companies signing me and all that stuff. And oh, hey, from France. And you know, some of the things didn't work out because of bad luck, because that happens in the music business. But I have to admit, some of the things, if I didn't mess up myself, if I didn't have all this anxiety and you know, self-confidence issues and other issues, I would have been successful. But I said, you know, I self-sabotaged. I really did. There's so many things I can think of that I did wrong, and if I'd just done them right, you know, I would have. But you know, in my journeys, I did get to co-write with some very successful people. I co-wrote with a couple of, at least 2 Grammy-nominated songwriters and several others who had #1 hits on the Billboard charts. Maybe I should play one of the songs that I wrote with one of those people. Okay, I'm gonna play. I'll play a love song. I wrote this with a guy who had 9 #1 hits on the Billboard charts. So Neska, I'm sorry if I don't know how to pronounce your name. Well, I'm doing original songs. If you know any of my songs, or if you have a type of song you want to ask for, but unless it's a Grateful Dead song, that's the only exception. I sometimes can be talking into doing a Grateful Dead song because I'm such a big Deadhead. But I hope you'll hang around and hear some of my originals. This is a song I wrote with a guy. His name's Max T. Barnes. He's had 9 #1 songs on the Billboard charts. It's really an honor to get to write with somebody like that. You light up any room. You shine. That's just what you do. Such a wonder to behold. You're a diamond, I'll be your band of gold. I want to hold you all my life. Gaze into those 2 glittering eyes. See the beauty in your soul. You're a diamond, I'll be your band of gold. You're precious, you're a treasure. They say diamonds are forever. That ain't near enough time together for my heart. Your love to me is priceless. It's flawless and it's timeless, like a ring with a sparkling stone. You're a diamond, I'll be your band of gold. When 10,000 years have passed, This love of ours is always gonna last, still burning bright when the sun's gone cold. You're a diamond, I'll be your band of gold. You're precious, you're a treasure. They say diamonds are forever. That ain't near enough time together for my heart. Your love to me is priceless, it's flawless and it's timeless, like a ring with a sparkling stone. You're a diamond, I'll be your band of gold. Your love to me is priceless, it's flawless and it's timeless, like this ring with a sparkling stone. You're a diamond, I'll be your band of gold. You're a diamond, let me be your band of gold. Hey, Nabs is here. Welcome. So I'm Seth Hilary. I'm here performing original songs for you tonight. And let's see. I don't know how many more of these songs I can do before I have to give in to the, before I have to submit, I guess is the word, to the fatigue, the chronic fatigue I have from my long COVID. But you know what I have not played yet tonight is I have not played my upcoming single. So Rain Man, I'm a songwriter. I'm here sharing original songs with you that you will not hear anywhere else. So if you want to hear songs that you haven't heard before, you are in the right place. You want to discover some new music, and I have yet to play my upcoming single. So I think maybe that might be the last song for the night. You know, Nabs, I'm still trying to figure out how I can perform that one more song about peace, because on the platform, you know, that the name sounds like a clock. I'm not allowed to say the word that starts with a K and rhymes with shilling. And I'm not allowed to say the word that starts with G and rhymes with one. So last time I tried it, I tried to squeeze in the word unaliving, I think, or I said can't fathom all of this, but that doesn't sound. I didn't like the way that sounds. I figured out I can use the word slay instead of that word that starts with K. That would make sense in the song, but it wouldn't rhyme. Or I could just say like chilling. You know, I could just substitute a word that rhymes. And instead of that other word, I could say arms. You know, I picture a time when armies and arms. I know it's not as good, but at least it won't get me banned on the platform. Now I realize I have several songs that are like that. I have a song, I just played it for the first time. I forgot about this song, and one of my co-writers emailed me about it. And I thought, I gotta learn this song. So I played it at my last live, but I also realized it's about, the first line is about hunting. And it says I can blank my own food. So I thought, oh, that's when I realized, I can say slay. I mean, it's not as good as the actual word, but at least it won't get me banned, I think. So I have that. And you know, it's really ironic because I have this anti-war song and I'm not allowed to sing it because it violates community standards. That's crazy, right? I also have a song about violence using firearms. I think I'm allowed to say that word. But it uses, that same word, and I'm not allowed to sing these these songs that are like pro-peace, I'm not allowed to sing them because it has words in them that the platform decided are unacceptable. So it's kind of crazy. But I'm going to sing my Can You Ask? Dalgona wants to ask something. Yeah, if I were president of the United States, well, we won't get into that, but certain things would be a little bit different than they are now. I think I'd make a bad president. I have the right idea, but I just don't have the the ability to be in that situation and be in charge of stuff, and I'd have anxiety attacks constantly. So I don't know what it is you want to ask, Dalgona. Good morning, Mangle. It's evening where I am, but good morning to you. And hey, Gemma, how are you? So I guess I should do my upcoming single. This might be the last song of the night because I have chronic fatigue. And that's bad. But as I mentioned, on Thursday I have a meeting, a Zoom meeting, with a doctor at a research center who's doing clinical trials for a possible cure. So I am really interested in possibly joining this clinical trial. Oh, and again, I should mention my schedule is, my normal schedule is Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays from 9 to 10 New York time. This Thursday I have a conflict of interest, so if I can go live like earlier in the day, like after my Zoom meeting, maybe around 5 o'clock, let's say, on Thursday, I will attempt to do that. But anyway, here's my upcoming single, and I hope you like it. I think it's fun. Sitting on the sofa, swiping right and left. One lonely night, darker than the next. An empty bed, waiting for me. No ray of hope I can see. Then fast as a flash from the sky came the one who opened my eyes. Aurora is the light of my life. Her aura shines through the night. Like a burst from the stars, she brightens my heart. You can't know how much I adore her. My love overflows in the glow of Aurora. Hair is red as fire, eyes are emerald green, a heart of gold from out of a dream. She brings color to my world, makes the flame inside me burn. Aurora is the light of my life. Her aura shines through the night. Like a burst from the stars, she brightens my heart. You can't know how much I adore her. My love overflows in the glow of Aurora. A greater glare than a solar flare. She electrifies the air. Aurora is the light of my life. Her aura shines through the night. Like a burst from the stars, she brightens my heart. You can't know how much I adore her. My love overflows in the glow of Aurora. Like a burst from the stars, she brightens my heart. There's nothing I wouldn't do for her. My love overflows in the glow of Aurora. My love overflows in the glow of Aurora. So again, that's coming out soon. That will be out on November 7th. There is a link for a pre-save link. If you there is a link tree in my profile. It depends on where you are. There should be a link tree in my profile, and that takes you to my WEB site, and there's a pre-save link there. I also have a Discord server, by the way. If you would love to be, well, love or like, or even are mildly interested in being part of the Discord, there's a link there too. And in the Discord, I share previews of songs, and to be honest, it's been kind of quiet over there. I would love to get some chat going, and we can get to know each other. And I'm really always looking for ways to improve the community and build a community and make it more, as engaging and fun as we can make it. If we have enough interest, we can do like private little chats over there, community chats. And if you're enjoying my live, you can see my live goal, which is 2 hand heartses. Hand heartses, I say, because there's hand heart and hand hearts, and they're both worth exactly the same number of coins. But I don't know why they have both of those things, but they do. And so I just go with the platform itself suggested your live goal should be 2 hand heartses. I could say 2 hand hearts, but then hand hearts are fine too. I love hand hearts, but these are hand heartses. If that makes any sense. So good morning. It's evening here. I'm so glad there are people from all around the world at my live. This guy isn't here anymore, but I'm going to block this guy anyway. Because he said it really, I think that's supposed to be, so that guy's gone. He's history. Not Parsha. Did I get that right? Did I say that right? Johnny, how are you? Not Parshva. Welcome. Johnny, how are you? So I'm Seth Hilary. I have been sharing and performing original songs for you from Argentina. Hey, that's so awesome. I know we have people from Europe and we have people from South America. We have somebody from Africa. So all continents, many continents are being represented here. I'm from North America. I'm from the USA, the United States of North America. And so anyway, I don't know if I should be doing any more songs because of as the aforementioned chronic fatigue and long COVID. And as I also aforementioned, I'm looking forward to Thursday because I have discovered, not like the way, Columbus allegedly discovered America, not that kind of discovered. Well, it is that kind of discovered because it was there all along. And other people knew about it, but I didn't. I discovered a clinical trial for a possible long COVID chronic fatigue treatment. But I have to go through this screening process to see if I'm eligible. So I have a Zoom meeting set up with this research scientist, or maybe, I don't know if it's the actual scientist or just their assistant, who's screening people for the study. And I am a little concerned, even if I am accepted for the study. Well, first of all, there's in these studies, there's like a 50-50 chance you get the medication versus a placebo. So I could get a placebo and have it do nothing for me, but I have to visit their office 5 times during the course of the study, which lasts 6 months. And their office is in New York City, and I'm just outside of New York City. But to get to New York City, I either have to drive, in which case I have to go over the George Washington Bridge, which costs like $18 to go over the bridge, and then I have to park. So that's like probably $50, unless they can give me like a validated parking. So I don't know if they'll, or I could take public transportation, which will take forever to get there, and I got this fatigue, and I have to ride public transportation, and I got to walk. I'm sure there's always walking involved in taking public transportation, and that also costs money. So I'm wondering, am I gonna have to pay for all this? Are they gonna reimburse me for any expenses that I incur for their study? I may do it anyway, because if there's a chance that I can get a treatment that's going to cure this chronic fatigue. The clinical trial lasts 6 months, but then if it's successful, then it's probably another year before they even get approval to put the medication out there. And I don't even know if this is a phase 1 or phase 2. A phase 2 or phase 3. If it's a phase 2, then they still have to go through phase 3, which takes. But this is 6 months, so I'm thinking hopefully it's a phase 3. So phase 3 is the last phase before they approve a medication. So hopefully, I'm praying. Not that I even, I'm religious or anything, but I'm praying that this works, because this chronic fatigue. And if it does work, not only will my life be a whole lot better, but I can be live for longer. I would really love to be able to stay live and perform songs for like 2 hours at a time. But there's something called post-exertional malaise, and that's part of the study. They're hoping. I don't actually know how they're going to measure that, because I'm doing everything I can to avoid post-exertional malaise. So if I'm avoiding it, I don't know how the study is going to be able to prove effective or not, because you got to exert. Post-exertional malaise happens when you overexert, and I'm avoiding that. So I don't know if the study's going to ask me to overexert and see what happens. I hope not. Well, I'm glad you like Limp Bizkit. Behind Blue Eyes, that's actually, I don't know if it's the same song, but The Who has a song that I really love called Behind Blue Eyes. And, as I mentioned throughout the live, I'm a songwriter. I do original songs that you can't hear anywhere else. So, if you want to hear Limp Bizkit, why not just go to Limp Bizkit's Spotify page and listen to them? But I'm here. You can only hear these songs here. The songs I do, you can hear them on my Spotify page, I guess, but I'm here doing them live for you. So this is the place to be, to hear new songs that are professionally written by me. Actually, I can't even say they're all professionally written, because there are a few old songs that I still do. I actually, in my repertoire, I rediscovered the very first song I ever wrote. And I had this recording of it. And at the encouragement of some fellow songwriters, I released that song as a single. So that song was not professionally written, because it was the very first song I ever wrote. And I'm proud of that song, because most songwriters I know, especially the professionals who know good songs from bad songs, most of them are ashamed of their early songs, especially their first one. But I thought my first song was actually good enough that I was proud to release it and share it with you, and I do perform it on my lives sometimes. And I have, let's see, so I went to music school. When I decided I wanted to try this songwriter thing for real, hell, thank you, Trinity, for liking the live. When I decided I wanted to try the songwriter thing for real, I'd written like 10 songs in my life. I wrote the first one in 1983. Then I was at this job, this corporate job. I went to business school. I went to get an MBA. And I went for all the wrong reasons. I really was, I had this job, this corporate job at IBM Corporation. I was a programmer. And my boss loved me, and he had me on the fast track. He had me, target level vice president of IBM. I was becoming really depressed. And kind of as a way to avoid the depression, well, I met this guy who was a Harvard MBA. He was on my volleyball team. And he kept trying to convince me I should get an MBA. And finally I decided, sure, I should get an MBA. Actually, I like school. I like school better than I like work. And I was so depressed at work that I kind of went to business school. I didn't really know what I had. I never really was encouraged to even think about what I really wanted to do for a living. My father was, I had an abusive father, and, he's just like, I don't even want to get into it, but like, basically, you go to school, you get a job, you study science, and you get a job, and that's it. You don't even think about it. So I had this job, and I was just depressed. So I thought, okay, I guess I'm supposed to climb the ladder, and business school seems like a good idea. So I went to business school. And when I was in business school, I went to the Wharton School, I'm very proud to say. While I was there, I was totally a misfit, but I liked, I was good at school. I was always good in school. But then the last semester, it's like job search time. Well, the whole second year, people were obsessing about their job search. And, I had this older brother who was a musician in the family, and I was so jealous. He started writing songs when he was in high school, and I always wished I could write a song. So I was talking to him on the phone. I know I told the story before. And he just wrote another song, and I said, oh, I wish I could write songs. And he said, well, write one then. And at that moment, I really didn't think I knew how to write a song. But once he said that, I just decided I was going to write one. And, my first thing is, what am I going to write about? So this whole job search thing. So I wrote a song about that. And it's called Job Search Blues. So I do play that sometimes. So I wrote that one. And then it was another 6 months before I wrote another song. I was so happy with the first one, I thought, I don't want to write another one because what if it's not as good? But I finally started writing, songs every so often. And then I would play them at parties. Everybody really liked them. The second, people told me, you should send those songs to WAAF. So I was in Worcester, Massachusetts, and WAAF was the big FM rock station. There were two Boston area rock stations. The number one was WBCN, but in Worcester, WAAF was number one. People kept saying, you should send your songs to WAAF. And I kept saying, they're not going to play my songs. And, but I kept hearing it enough times that, and I avoid, the fear of rejection killed my music career, really, my songwriting career. But every once in a while, I become brave. So one day I decided, why don't I just call up WAF and see if they'll take my songs? And they did. They said, send your songs. So, and they actually played one of them on the radio. But anyway, finally I decided to go to music school. When I decided I wanted to do this songwriting thing for real, I thought, I don't really know that much about songwriting. I've only written 10 or 12, a handful of songs, and I don't really play, I wasn't really serious about learning the guitar. I kind of, would strum it every so often when I felt like it. And, I wasn't practicing every day, and, I basically didn't really know anything about music theory. I knew, the chords in each key. I knew how to figure those out. And that's really all I knew. I knew the major scale, and I knew the chords in every key. And that's all I knew about music theory. So I decided if I'm going to do the songwriting thing, I should go to music school. And I finally did. But there are a couple of songs that there are actually 2 songs that I still play. 3 songs from before I went to music school that I actually still perform. And I do them in my life. 2 of them I do regularly. 1 of them I do once in a while. But one of them is actually one of my most popular songs. I wrote it before I went to music school. It's called Gabrielle. Zenitol, hey, how are you? So that's my story. So I can't say that all of the songs I play for you are professionally written, because 3 of them that I still perform were written before I went to music school. And then, a few others, like I found this really fun song that I wrote. Well, I don't know when I crossed the line into being professional. I guess I would put it at the point. So I used to go to, I moved to Los Angeles to go to this music school. And then there was this organization called the Los Angeles Songwriters Showcase. And they met every week, and you could pitch songs to publishers. And then I joined this other group that had publishers come like every once a month. And I would pitch songs to publishers all the time, and they never took any of my songs. And I was getting really depressed. Like some people would get songs taken all the time, and mine were never taken. And I couldn't figure out why, and it was so depressing. Why are their songs taken and not mine? So then so I don't know the intro to tell Smells Like Teen Spirit, but I'm here. I do original songs. So this is the place if you want to discover new songs that you wouldn't find anywhere else. But anyway, so then I joined this organization called NSAI, the Nashville Songwriters Association International. And that was like the best thing I ever did. If you're a songwriter, by the way, join NSAI. Even if you don't write country music, it's the Nashville Songwriters Association International. It's really especially great if you do write country music, but it's very useful even if you don't. But I was doing country music, so I joined NSAI. And they had these events called Song Camp. They had Song Camp 101, and it was a 3-day retreat where they sent us off into this cabin in the woods. Well, it was just a day trip. We got on a bus for 3 days out to this cabin in the woods. It was gorgeous. And they had like 6 hit songwriters joining us out there. And they basically taught us everything they know. Well, not quite everything, because there was Song Camp 101, and then they did a Song Camp 201. And I think it was 201. Did they do a 301? I guess it was just 201. They changed the, the woods thing became too expensive, so they did it at a hotel, they rented a room in a hotel. So 201 was not the retreat as 101. But after Song Camp 201, something clicked, and suddenly publishers started taking my songs a lot. I started getting a lot of songs taken. And as a matter of fact, they'd have these pitch sessions. NSAI would run these pitch sessions. So when I'd go to Nashville, I could sit in on the pitch session, and there'd be like 100 people in the room. And there were a couple of times, where they listened to, well, they don't get through everybody's song, but they listen to like 50, 60 songs, and the only one that got taken was mine. So I guess the time where after Song Camp 201, where the songs started getting taken all the time, from then on, I guess I could say they were professionally written. So I guess there are like maybe 4 or 5 songs that I still perform that are pre those days. There's this one song that actually I got so much attention. It opened so many doors for me. It was the first song that was actually professional quality. It was before that, those days, but it was good enough that people said, you should go to Nashville. You're ready to go to Nashville. And I had this song, and I can't really sing it for you because it was written for a female singer, and it doesn't make any sense coming from me unless, I guess not that there's anything wrong with that, but men who like other men, I could pretend I'm one of those, and then the song would make sense, but I'm not one of those. So as an artist, it's really bizarre to be singing that song. If I was going to a writer's night where songwriters are performing as songwriters, then I could play that song. Because songwriters who are performing as songwriters, everybody knows that they're not the artist, they're the songwriter. So you can play songs written for either male or female, and it wouldn't matter. You just say, hey, this is a female song, and you sing it. But as an artist, you are the songs that you sing. So it's really weird for me to. So, Yeshua. So I'm a songwriter. I do original songs. I have a lot of country songs because I spent a couple of decades, writing country songs. Although I did eventually branch out into pop, and I was going to Nashville like 3 or 4 times a year. And like I said, I had so many near misses. I came close to big breaks so many times, and some of them were bad luck that did me in. But I'd say more than that, it was like my own like self-sabotage and my fear of rejection and my insecurities that did me in. I would have made it for sure if I just did the things. If I just stopped like overthinking and stopped worrying and stopped becoming. But I have anxiety, the anxiety killed me. And I have songs about that. As a matter of fact, I haven't. My current single is a song about heartbreak and healing. But the song before that was a song about the anxiety and pushing through it. I should start. I haven't played that one in a while. I always feel like, I don't know, the song is about me as a songwriter and the creative process and how anxiety stops me from doing it. It's called Fear of an Empty Page. And I always feel like, nobody's going to be interested in that because they're not songwriters. But I play it, and I started getting requests for it, and people seem to really like it. So I guess I should start playing it again. I haven't played it since I might have played it once since my latest single came out. But you can hear all my music online, by the way. So click on the LINK in my profile. Takes you to my WEB site and my Discord and all my streaming and social media. And that would be totally awesome. It also takes you to a support me link. If you're not on the platform that sounds like a clock, that will give you a chance to support me. And if you are on the platform that sounds like a clock, and you can see my live goal, which is 2 hand heartses. Hand heartses. That's so weird. And you want to support me, that's an awesome way to do it. Any support you want to send is totally appreciated. Not sure how I'm supposed to take this comment. It's in Russian. No, your name's Russian. The name looks Russian, but the comment's in English, and I'm not sure how I'm supposed to interpret that comment. But Lance is here! So welcome. And I'm Seth Hilary, and I do original songs. And I just hang around and chat when I'm done doing songs because it's fun. I hope it's fun for you too. So my normal schedule for this is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays from 9 to 10 New York time. But this Thursday, I have a conflict, so I will not be able to be live then. I will, hopefully, I'm going to try to do a live, in the afternoon, like after like I said, I have this meeting at 3 o'clock. It's a Zoom meeting where I am interviewing to see if I qualify for a clinical trial for a cure for my chronic fatigue and my long COVID. And if that works, I'll be able to stay live and do songs for 2 hours at a time. Usually my goal is to make it 1 hour. And I have made that goal the last several times. So that's good news. But I want to avoid post-exertional malaise. So I stopped doing songs, but, sitting and chatting is less exertion than performing songs. So after I'm done doing songs, I hang around and chat. And, oh, you're Ukrainian. You're the second person from Ukraine who is here tonight. And I stand with Ukraine. I hope you guys win. I'm rooting for you. Well, rockin'. I'm a songwriter.
I'm here to do original songs. So if you want to hear Radiohead, maybe listen to Radiohead. But if you want to hear songs that you won't find anywhere else, songs you haven't heard before, you are in the right place. Although, as I said, because of my chronic fatigue, I kind of have to not do any more songs tonight. But I do this Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays, 9 to 10 New York time. Although this Thursday, I'm going to try to go live earlier because of a conflict in my schedule. I'm going to try for like 5 o'clock maybe in the afternoon, New York time. So I don't know. I think maybe I should end the live. It has been so much fun. We're at 6,900 likes. I guess we can get to 7,000. It would be really awesome to get to 10,000. We made it to 10,000 like most of the time. Most nights we've been making it to 10,000. Tonight we were only up to 7,000, but that's totally awesome. And thank you so much, Michelle, for liking the live. I don't know how many people have been trying to leave comments on the platform whose name sounds like a clock. I have been getting reports from people that they are having trouble leaving comments, and I have not seen all that many comments. I see some emoji comments. So I know that people who are unable to type comments are generally able to send emojis. So it's hard to know if people are just being quiet or if they're having trouble sending comments. And I'm trying to get this problem fixed. And so I have a live agency, but they told me something that I don't know if it's really solving the problem or not, but they said that if people try to send too many comments, they get automatically put into slow mode. I never heard of that. And I don't know how many is too many, but I would love it if you could leave a comment. If you say something nice, pin your comment and you will become world famous among the people in this live chat, in this live room. Rockin'. So I think you sent an emoji, but it shows me like this text. It says, by hand, pink wave. Oh, that was a goodbye emoji. A ukulele? Well, if you want to learn guitar, I don't know what. I don't know. Like when I was a kid, they wouldn't let me learn guitar till I turned 11. And that's probably because my hands are too small. So if that's the case, maybe ukulele's okay. But if not, I think if you want to learn guitar, it's probably better to start on the guitar. Unless your hands are too small for a guitar. I had a ukulele when I was a kid. I never really learned to play it, but there were like a couple of chords we figured out. Oh, that sounds good. Then you press these two strings down together and you strum it and it sounds good. But I never learned really to play anything on it. I don't know if it was a real ukulele or a toy ukulele. It was a cheap one, so I guess it's still real, but it was a cheap one for kids. I'm sure they make better ones. Oh my goodness, we're on 8,400 likes already. At this rate, if I just hang around for another couple of minutes, we might make it to 10,000 after all. That would be totally amazing. I was about to give up and end the live, but suddenly people are tapping the screen, and that's totally awesome. And thank you, Cameron. Welcome. And Alejandra for liking the live. Thank you so much. It's so weird. These notifications are not showing up in my chat box, but I have another window open where I can see the screen, and now I can see Elizabeth is here. And on the screen chat, I can see messages that are not showing up in my chat box. Maybe I should take a screenshot of this. I'm going to take okay, I'm going to take a screenshot of this. Okay. Oh, now I did it. Now I've ruined my Okay. Now I got to get my windows lined up again. So I should save this. I got to save this screenshot. Let's see. Paste the screenshot and save as. Save as. Okay, so now I have a screenshot showing this problem and proving it. Because we need proof of these things. How many likes are we? Oh, we're up to 9,500. Okay, it looks like we can make the 10,000 after all. And if we do, you will see Superman on your screen. A little animation just to show how super you are for helping us get to 10,000 likes. We are so close to 10,000 likes. We only need 200 more. Oh no, I don't want to block Superman. I want to see Superman. I want to see Superman on the screen. Oh, we did it. There he is. Superman. I know this anime, I wish there were more exciting and more motion in this anime, but there it is. You're all so super. Thank you so much for sending all the likes. I really appreciate you. Oh, it says, high computer load detected. Learn how to reduce it. View more tips. I don't need more tips. The reason I have high computer load detected is I'm running 4 different streaming apps and a browser at the same time. And 2 browsers. That's probably why. Yes, Michelle, thank you so much. So I'm running, let's see, 2 streaming apps and 2 browsers on my computer. And that's why I have a high load, computer load. But apparently it's not that high because the stream is still working. So I'm going to start ending the lives one platform at a time. So let me end the live on the platform where I have the fewest viewers, and that's here. This is a vertical platform that starts with the letters FA, and it's not the Zuckerberg, it's not the Meta-owned platform, there's another one. And I'm going to end the live here because there are really very few people, and I haven't figured out how to really use this app, but I'm streaming there anyway because I can. Okay, see, I had a total of 12 viewers in an hour, and that's not that many. So now I'm going to end. I see Gat Dog is here. Well, now there are 3 people. People come and go on this app. So this is another app I found this app because I don't know what's going to happen with the platform whose name sounds like a clock. So there's another app that maybe can be a replacement for it. But I don't really have a lot of followers there yet. However, I am there, and people pop in and out of the live. I actually get a lot of views. I get more nowadays. I get more views over there than I do on my favorite platform. But people seem to pop in and out. I only have like 200 followers there, but it's sending people to my live all the time, and people pop in and out. So anyway, I'm going to end the live there. Good night, if anybody's watching. Ending live. Let's see how many views I have there. Oh, 879. That's pretty good, I guess. Oh, no, gotta end it. Okay, so now I'm going to end the Streamlabs app, which goes to the most. I'm doing yap music. I can't do any more music tonight, Patrick, because of my chronic fatigue. So after I'm done, and I don't want to get post-exertional malaise, so then I just yap, actually. And since I'm yapping and noodling on the guitar, I consider this yap music. So I am doing yap music. But I hope you'll come back. I will do music at my next live. I usually do this Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays from 9 to 10 New York time. I try to do music for an hour, but the fatigue limits me. This Thursday, I'm going to have to change the schedule because I have a conflict, so I will try to go live maybe around 5 in the afternoon on Thursday instead of the usual 9 o'clock. So I hope to see you then. And I will end the stream.